Hi folks, I'm the newstarcadefan here. In the last episode, we decided we had enough of trying to please others. We also had enough of Bolt, so we're ready. And Mr. Kim's confidence in us is actually not misplaced, so let's continue. I'm tired of obsessing over the acceptance of everyone from back home. This has nothing to do with them. Now let's get to comments from our players. Please welcome Bolt and Mach. A production assistant gestures me forward. I step out onto the stage. Bolt approaches from the other side, standing just a few feet from me when we come to a stop. He gives a wave, and a few dozen people erupt into cheers. Among them are the screams of at least 10 fangirls. With a microphone in his hand, he addresses the crowd with a charming disposition, well for a rattlesnake, and completely opposite from every interaction I've shared with him. First, I would like to thank my fans for coming today. I've worked so hard to prove that the KPGA players will place first in StarCraft 2 championships in the near future. I've always performed well under pressure throughout my pro gaming career, but today I don't think I have much to worry about. The comment draws a few laughs from the audience, KPGA fans and not. He continues. Yeah, he's like a wrestler from WWE, knows how to do the mic skills. But I'm confident I'll only drop one map today. My opponent's year of StarCraft 2 must have earned her at least one win against my single week. That's just an outright lie. Judging by the crowd's reaction, they're buying it completely. Foreigners could never compete in Brood War, and I'm here to prove the same is true in StarCraft 2. I promise to show you all good games. Please cheer for me. Okay, that's what Jeb Bush did in the Republican debates in 2016. Please clap. He lifts a fist to another uproar of applause. What a fake piece of shit. But before I can spend any more time lingering on how much I dislike Bolt, the VSL hostess takes the mic from him and offers it to me. Say a few words to your friends? Say a few words to your fans? Well, so you can speak Korean, correct? Before I knew it, the microphone was in my hand. I thought it best not to look bewildered and turn my attention to the audience. Hello. I'm Mott. I want to thank my team for helping me prepare for today's match, and the Enoch Group for sponsoring the show match. I will do my best to win. Thank you. Yes, that's short, sweet, and to the point, and that goes exactly to where Axel said. And also Riva, back when we had that soju filled night evening. My earnest approach earns me a polite response from the crowd, though not one that comes as close to matching Bolt's. Please shake hands and go to your booths. Bolt is the first to turn. His smile no doubt is designed and manufactured in the underground KPGA laboratory. Belies the edge I see in his eye. Yeah, this is some very serious business right here. He offers his hand, and I reach forward to take it for a single shake. I hope you practice hard. I am going to destroy you. I did, don't worry. Not likely. I really want to see you lose. That's good. It would be a shame to disappoint the fans with an uneven series. It doesn't matter what you want. You're trash. And after this, you'll never forget it. Agreed. Let's make sure to show some exciting games. Easy to say. Let's see if you can actually do it. We separate without incident, and I turn to take my place in the booth. Now we're about to get into some practicality with Jett, because if you've ever tabbed out of a game or fat fingered a key like I have, it's gonna be a bad day. Jett stands outside the door with my keyboard, mouse and mouse pad in hand. What the hell is this? She drops a keycap in my hand. Yeah, you don't want. And this was all the way back in the Windows 7 era. I think that's my Windows key. It doesn't belong on the pro gamer's keyboard. Fat fingering that during the battle will tab you out and lose you the game. And that's why many gaming keyboards don't have that Windows key right there. She huffs and breaks eye contact. It's obvious that she's at least as stressed as I am. Jett, I've got this. I know, do your best, Mach. Fighting. With a nod, she pushes open the booth door. Once inside, the ambient sound of the stage lights, cameras, and screens die down. All I can hear is a subtle hum of the crowd and my own pulse. This is a soundproof booth. It would be peaceful if not for the adrenaline burning through my veins. This is my first time inside of a booth. My heart is racing. Nothing I try to tell myself as I plug in my peripherals and configure my settings to help calm it. Playing in front of a crowd in the VSL has been a goal of mine for more than a year. Even with how hard I've been working, it feels like there should have been more build up to this moment. Yet, here I am. I reach out to touch the soundproofing material to allow another of my senses to confirm the moment is real. Even as I try to keep my focus away from the crowd on the game, I keep glancing past the computer monitor and towards my teammates sitting in the front row. They wave and cheer at me as the studio lights dim. I force myself to look back at the PC and focus entirely at the match at hand. Everything I've done over the past week, no, months, I've been in Korea, and even the time before that, it's all led up to this moment. Bolt, well-rounded, favors aggression, professional brute war player, but not professional StarCraft 2 player. The second loading screen ends. I put the plan into action. I rush one of my starting SCVs across the map, but I'm not sending it to his base. It comes to a stop on the outskirts of his fourth base location. It's only barely closer to his base than mine, honestly, but it's close enough to buy me precious seconds. Revocaught build proxy everything. Depot, gas, racks, reactor, fac, starport, drilled into perfection and hit every timing within a second. Bolt didn't even scout. He'll pay for that mistake. My dropship rushes straight into its base at a timing that normally wouldn't be possible. Every single one of those extra seconds is precious. Perfect. I unload my Hellion straight into this mineral line. He was completely unprepared. He tries to escape with his workers, but I'm too quick in giving chase. I'm not letting you get away, Bolt. My Hellions weave past his slow-moving army and deal another blow to his economy. That one must have crippled him. He remains in this game only as an act of defiance. With my victory assured, I march into its base with an overwhelming force and take a fight onto its turf. He scrapes together a final defense and actually manages to dent my army, though it's not enough to swing back to game. Not bad. Game 1 is mine. A gentle knock at the door behind me catches my attention. while the studio prepares for the next game. A moment later, the door slides open. Jett says plan. We'll execute it, Mach. Seriously, where did you of all people come up with a build like that? Just because I loathe the cheese doesn't mean it. Just because I loathe cheese doesn't mean that I will not admit that it occasionally is useful and appropriate. Yeah, what Riva's trying to say is, in small doses, cheese can actually help out a lot. Nothing stunt level though. I guarantee we'll be seeing it on the ladder in the next month. With luck, they'll call it the Mach build. Maintain your momentum. Fighting. She hurries out of the booth and back to her seat in the crowd when I nod just as before. The studio lights dim and the second match gets underway. Phew. Okay, keep it cool. The momentum is in my favor now. I should make use of this breathing room. I need to find out how Bolt's going to be playing for the rest of the set. He went for a standard expansion last game, but I wasn't able to see his army as intended. This map is good for 2-base play. I should definitely go for drops, but I still need to decide on an opening. It doesn't matter what you pick here. Whoa, wait a second. Bolt is proxy gating me. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Whoa. God damn it, I didn't even consider that possibility. I veered my game plan into a defensive direction, but Bolt's attack is already overwhelming my mineral line. Even for the practice I've had against stunts rushes, there's nothing I can do when caught off guard. For every step towards I take with SCV and Marine Micro, Bolt seizes with 5 damage to my economy. I can't stay in the game any longer. I tap out a GG. Oh, and with after that he just evened up the series. I barely have time to take my headphones off before I feel a pair of hands clamp down on my shoulders. Keep it up. Stay in the zone. You got this. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, enough. He got really lucky. Scouted your base first, and you only barely missed the probe as it came up your ramp. Come on. We've been practicing with the future of the Come on, you've been practicing with the future Protoss Bonjour in this macro battery. The next game is yours for the taking. Yeah, there's no way I'm letting another proxy get by me. We fighting now. That's what I'm talking about. Fighting. Alright, keep it together. There's no way I'll let another proxy get by me. My scout reveals little information, save that he's going for a 1-base tech build. There are several things I need to be prepared for, so I should make sure that the front of my base is reinforced. As long as I keep my army on the ramp, I should be able to respond with any flying units, but for each second that ticks by, I'll pour more and more away with the game. Just as long as I don't tech too aggressively and focus on maintaining a sizable army, I should be fine. Huh? Did he transition into something more standard? He takes some damage on scouting a stalker before hastily pulling it away. What was that? I should probably double check whether or not he's got an expansion down. It might be a good call to throw down a missile turret in my main as well, just as a precaution. Blink stalkers. Shit. He had vision on my high ground. Must have been an observer. Oh, why didn't I see it? He's able to pick off several units just as they finish building up my barracks. The numbers advantage is heavily on his side. I emptied my bunkers and rushed him up my ramp, but he turns my own choke point against me and handily defeats my entire army with a ridiculously precise micro. I have nothing left to do but GG and accept the fact that I'm now down a game. Knock knock. Yo, how are you feeling? Do you want the polite answer or the honest answer? You're playing well, but Bolt's been able to sniff out where you're weakest. You need to confront him head on. A macro game with a KPGA pro? Is that smart? Hey, no one ever said StarCraft was an easy game. We practice long hours for moments like this. Show the crowd how hard you've really been working. Alright, I won't go down without a fight. Good. Fighting. There's no way I'm giving up now. I've already proven myself that I can beat this guy. Forget the score. Focus on the game. This map is huge, but I opt for conservative timing on my expansion, both showing a serious proclivity towards aggressive play. My scout reveals that we're on equal footing. Alright, time to drop the hammer. My first drop manages to catch him with his army out of position. Perfect. He has to be rushing back to defend against this drop. With that knowledge, I rush a second smaller horse into its third base. He held firm. The second prong of my attack slams right into an overwhelming force. It's too late for me to pull away. That wasn't its entire army? The damage I managed to inflict wasn't even worth the cost of those two forces. I'm fine. I still have a decent army. I just need to contest the center of the map. I can't let him take another base. But he's already beat me to the punch. We clashed briefly before I ordered retreat, frantically reinforcing my wounded army. I can't fall behind. Take more bases. Keep my production going. Come on. I've got to deal some damage. If I just sit here and let him power up, he's going to roll me. Boom, stalkers. This kind of pick off is just what I needed. Shit, he's preparing an all-out assault on my main. Pull back, I can't defend this. That's before his forces arrive. I'm getting positioned at the top of my ramp. It's looking even for a while until... This is the type of error a Brood War player makes. The burn to attack was mine, not his. The game's tempo is back in my favor. Even if I'm still at an economic disadvantage, I need to hit while he's still rebuilding. Gotcha. The mineral line I failed to take down with my previous drop now lies in tatters. And this time, my two-pronged attack catches a weak flank defending its third base. I'm pulling him apart. I'm inflicting crushing economic damage. All I need to do is win one more fight. I'm sending my minerals and gas the second I mine it. My production has been on point all game long. There's absolutely no way this would have been possible without drilling for so many hours. One more fight. Just one more fight. I march across the map and then charge up the ramp at its natural expansion. I maneuver out of the way of his side storms and pound the powerful, expensive units back at the back of his army. With them all out of the way, I'm able to power through with the rest of his force. Yes, he types out a GG when I punch my way through its main base. The series is even. Oh, this is getting exciting real fast, folks. My hands shake. The veins in my neck throb. My palms are covered with sweat. I don't know the song, so I'm not gonna do it. My throat is dry, my eyes hurt, and I can't stop bouncing my leg. Yeah, that's anxiousness right there. Will you calm down? Sheesh. I don't think it's gonna be possible. Typical amateur jitters. Don't try to ignore that adrenaline you're feeling. Use it to your advantage. What else do you want me to say? You already know what to do. I don't know. Honestly, I didn't give any thought of how I feel if I made it this far. I kind of feel like throwing up, actually. Throw up when you win. In that case, just imagine how sick you'll be when you win this thing. In more ways than one. Alright, enough with the chit chat. Get serious, Mach. Fighting. Stay calm. Just one more. Cross off that checklist. Depots ranks expand. A stalker denotes my scout at the front of its natural expansion. Oh, this is frustrating. Without knowing the timing of a second base, it's unsure of how much damage I need to do. When my dropships come out, I need to find a good angle to attack them from. Let's see. Whoa, what's that? 6 gates in a robo this early? How is that even possible? Literally isn't possible. But I'm forced to witness the reality of the situation. March across the map. His army is ridiculously huge. And if you're a StarCraft player, you already know this feeling of helplessness, but you can come back from it. This is insane. He faked an expansion and intentionally delayed his one base attack to catch me off guard. I simply do not have enough units to defend against his army. I won't for another minute either. By then the game will be over. I'm going to lose. No, you're not. No, I need to take a direct engagement to win against Bolt. It's time for a base trade. With my entire army loaded in 4 dropships, I sprint across the map and unload into its base. Bolt has two options. One, pull back his army and suffer serious damage in the meantime, or two, rush into my base and do the same as I am doing to him. He opts for number two. Alright, I've been in these kinds of situations before. This game is far less about macro, or anything like that. It's about staying calm and making the right decisions. I'm okay. His army is big, but mine is fast. I just need to focus on hunting his buildings down. We trade building for building. The remnants of my main base were unable to get away from its massive force. Found another pylon. If I keep this up, I can put him in an unwinnable situation. All he has left is a single pylon, the one he used to reinforce his attack. Yeah. Just before my final building burst into flames, I found him a supply depot in the corner of the map guarded by terrain and distance. If he wants to win, he'll have to abandon his final pylon. It's looking like this game might end up as a draw. I'm about to ask if he wants to tie when I notice something in the corner of my eye. Whoa, he just put a significant part of his army away from his pylon. He's destroying the rock barrier. Shit, I'm not in position to defend my final building. Not like this. I have to beat him to it. Go. I'm using the fastest. All slow and silent. My heart thunders against my rib cage. I can feel the blood roaring through my veins. A second later, I rip my headphones off and scream in triumph. This high. I've never felt anything like it. All the effort and hardship that I've poured into 20 years of my life. This moment is worth it all. With a thump, Jett bursts through the booth door and pounds my back with claps between her own cheers. She's soon joined by the rest of my team who follow suit, sharing in my victory. Not my victory. our victory. And this is how it's. And this is something that's gonna get. Well, Bolt's not gonna be humiliated or have humility. So, with some petting, with some prodding from Axel, we collect ourselves and step out onto the stage to show our gratitude to the crowd with waves and smiles. But before the VSO hostess can cross the stage for a post-game interview, Bolt emerges from his booth with a macabre look of expression splattered across his face. He wrenches the microphone from the hostess's hand and points at me from the other side of the stage. Savor that win, you piece of shit. It's the last one you'll ever have against me. The crowd reacts with a mixture of astonishment and encouragement, the other coming mainly from fans dressed in shock T1's black and white. Emboldened by my failure to respond, he continues. The current StarCraft 2 program will disgrace the eSports. I pledge my fans I will expose these frauds for what they are. I hereby announce my retirement from Brood War. I am immediately going full time with StarCraft 2 with the intent to take the VSL Championship on behalf of those who deserve the honor of calling themselves professional gamer. With that, Bolt slams the microphone against the ground, causing its plastic shell to fracture and a loud screech to emit from the speakers. He stalks off the stage for the player's exit without another word, trailed by the stares of his fans. Yeah, he's just salty. Whoa, there's no way that was part of the KPGA's plan. That guy really likes to break electronics, huh? I wonder how many keyboards he's. That's actually a legit question, Stunt. How many controllers and keyboards had Bolt been through before realizing, hey, this is expensive? I share a baffled look with Jett before the VSL hostess picks up what remains of the microphone and steps to my side. My teammates take it as a cue to vacate the stage. The post-game interview was short and formal, with half of the crowd completely unresponsive to my attempt to show good sportsmanship. Either they're on both sides or they're impatient to see the VSTL. Not the former, but probably the latter. Still, a handful of people cheer me off the stage as the studio begins to set up for Team League. Among them was a familiar wisp of gray hair, but when I search for the face to whom it belongs, I don't see who I'm looking for. That was Mr. Yan. To my utter surprise, a trio of foreigners approached backstage with autograph requests. I obliged them nervously, unfamiliar with how to properly sign the mouse pads they hand me. Thanks. Yeah, thanks. You rock. I scratched behind my head when they head off, surprised and humble. Not a bad start, Mach. I turn to find Jett watching me from across the room. She pushes off the wall and ambles towards me. For the record, I'm sorry I hit you. It might have been what I needed. There's no hard feelings. It wasn't right. There was probably a better option. Not, it's in the past, seriously. She smiles genuinely, far wider than I've seen from her before. You'll make a good teammate. Yeah, Jett straight up assumed that even though she can be abrasive at times. A sudden clap purges the expression from her face just like that. It's back to the tense Jett that I'm much better acquainted with. Alright, enough backpatting. Back to the team. We've got places to be. Without bothering to answer my curious look, she rolls her wrist in a beckoning motion and leads me out to the hallway of the VSL studio. It's crowded, even with more people pouring in the studio in anticipation of the semifinal Team League match. But off away from the foot traffic, we find Mr. Kim with Axel, Stunt, and Reva. He turns to regard Jett and with me with a smile, restraining comparison to my teammates. And the victor arrives. Congratulations, Mach. I lower my head in the bow without taking my eyes off of him. Thank you. I'll send word from my assistant to publish a press release. The sponsorship should be no surprise given how quickly this type of information spreads. But it should be a nice PR boost for Enoch Red. Alright, I'll admit, that's a pretty good name. I'll leave the rest to Jett. I expect great things from you five. When Mr. Kim turns to leave, Reva, Stunt, and I probe Jett with looks. The rest? Oh, it'll be easier for me to show you than explain. Come on, it's not far. I fall in line behind Stunt and Axel after Jett takes off. Stepping in time with Reva by my side, she leans towards me with an offered smile. Congratulations, you avoided the death penalty. Yeah, now instead of dying an instant death, I can die a slow one at the hands of the Korean practice regimen. Oh, in that case, it's not too late. She gently chops the back of my neck. I feign decapitation, then straighten back up to meet her smile. We've all become best friends since the beginning, and it's wonderful. This one. She tests the key against the lock only to find it doesn't fit. No, wait, this one. We retrace her steps back down the apartment's building hallway door we passed earlier. She tries the key again and again, doesn't fit. No, it's the one behind you. Are we on the wrong floor? No, we just... Oh, wait, it's the one across the hall. Exactly. This time the key slides into a lock and turns, revealing a mostly unfinished room. It's small, it's not in a great part of town, but I can't deny the pride swelling up inside of me as I step inside shoulder to shoulder with my teammates. We spread out instinctively, looking over the plain floors and countertops as if we were inspecting a mansion. How'd you get this so quickly? It was a good deal, but they wanted the deposit more than a week ago. Someone else was trying to snatch it from under us. You put money down on our team house without knowing whether I went against Bolt? Jett dodges the question by glancing away, and Axel to swoop in to fill the silence. Nice, having a team that believes in you, eh? That's not all, by the way. He gestures towards the lonely cardboard box in the corner of the room. Stunt, I think you should have the honor. Somehow, Stunt has found the time during this monumental occasion to pull out. Well, Stunt, you're gonna have a lot less time doing that. But as instructed, he makes his way to the corner of the room and peels back the box's lid. And follows the sound of unbridled joy. Hell yeah! He rummages around in the box's contents before pulling free a red and white jacket. One by one, Stunt practically rips them free and tosses them towards the four of us. I catch mine, and on closer inspection, I find the Enoch Red logo on the back. That's actually a nice jacket. Jett's expression is too neutral to be authentic. I think it's simply just she has a hard time admitting that she had faith all along. Knowing that probably makes me happy, so I have no reason to press her on it. Yo, it's time to celebrate. You got your chance to celebrate a week ago. Now's the time to practice. How easily Jett breaks herself out of her quiet trance when the chance to play impress arrives. How? There's like two PCs here. Come on, last time before we VSL champs, I swear. I'm with the kid. I concur. Come on, Jett, one last time. Axel, you're supposed to be on my side, and the rest of you are too willful. I'll break you of it eventually. One last time. And she means it. Stunt takes the opportunity to throw his team jacket and sprint into the hallway. The rest of us are quick to follow suit. And this is what we've worked up for. It's cold. The Kona suspense and stuff came to Seoul. But I don't feel it. I'm warmed by my newfound confidence, by the camaraderie I forged with my teammates. This is everything that I've ever wanted. A team, and a goal to work towards. When I take a step back, it seems silly. It's nothing that I could explain to a random person on the street. I beat someone in a video game. I earn a free bunk bed in a tiny apartment, and I'm obligated to work for more than 10 hours a day. Yeah, that's how it goes. But still, but I can say with certainty, with the knowledge I've given, oof. But I can say with certainty, with the knowledge I've given it my all, we're all gonna make it. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what was worked up for. Anyway, I'm Anyway, I'm gonna end the project here. I do like I've played this once before and I still like it. It's a visual novel by Team 1111. You can find on free for Steam. But anyway, it's on to the next project. So, I'm the new Starcade fan here saying thanks for watching. Have a good day or night wherever you are. And bye for now. Look out for the next project. It may be one familiar to you after the 4th episode.